say you were still competing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some dude from another event came in on the scene and was talking shit. How would someone like you handle something like that?
I have to come at him, man. Clearly, we know that Noah brings that static. He did it with Arion. He did it. He's done it with Trayvon. Hell, he did it. Remember, he did a Twitter beef with Coleman back in the day.
Yeah.
They ran it, and they was like, "Well, what were you looking at? Were you looking at the clock?" He says, "Well, I need to look at the clock for." So I guess he was looking at Coleman.
I know people look at Trayvon like he's soft for whatever reason, but I don't know if you'd want to wake someone like that up. Like, you want him being nice, in my opinion. When Fred came in from the 400, I just felt like he was built for this type of talk and this type of environment, yo. Whether or not Noah is, we're going to see, dog.
But this is what you like, man. You like a little trash talk. You like a little...
I do.
You like a little static, man, and that's cool.
You know what was crazy, Doc? They were doing the entrances to the track, and they had Noah come in last. Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
So he was the guy. They presented him as the guy, really.
That is a clear indication that you are the dude.
You keep in touch with Christian?
Yeah, we talk.
How's he feeling?
He's in that dark mode right now, man. He grinding. Christian a dog,
You
man.
think he's going to be? I like seeing your facial expressions when I ask you conversations with people. You say you do a little piece, and I'll just read your face, and I'll understand there's more there, and I'll understand that you're not going to say it.
There's a couple of athletes I'm excited to watch, and Christian's one of those athletes I'm excited to watch run.
I feel like Christian's going to want to put feet on him.
They all going to want to put feet on him.
Everybody. There's no way they're going to allow him to come in and do this. This is my house talk. They're all thinking about it, yo.
The double is pretty much dead. It's too many high-power athletes in the 100 meters and the 200 meters for an athlete to double from in both. That's going to be taxing. So let's just check out Noah. If Noah's going to double in the 100, he has to run against what? He got to run against Bracy, who's already ran a 9.8. Trayvon's ran 9.7. Fred, who's ran 9.7. And anybody else, form-wise, who's ran comparable times. Now he got to go, 2 days or a day later and start running the 200 against guys like DeGrasse, Arion, you know what I mean? Kenny. Hey, I see your boy almost every day, man. He be out there training, getting it in.
What's he looking like?
He's looking pretty good. Man. He's working on his start. That's all I can say. That he's definitely been working on his start.
That's another person just pissed off. Certain people,
what's he pissed off about?
Because a lot of people were talking shit after last season, dog. You remember when we had that episode when people were laughing about the fact that I picked him for the 100? When Trayvon was on there laughing and Marvin's in the chat laughing, and he's logging all that shit, dog. Because he in his mind, he's like, you guys know who I am. So, okay. I need a little reminder.
Man, you give that man a crack, you give that man a hairline fracture crack, he gonna slip in there. He's gonna take all the medals from everybody. You give him just that much to get in there, the grass gonna take it off.
What'd you think of how Aleia was looking?
Look, she looked unstoppable, man. My bet going into outdoor season is going to be Aleia. I think that she's gonna already, if she doesn't PR her first race out, she's definitely gonna PR her second or third race out. She's gonna be in 10.8 to 10.7 shape.
She said in her interview, hey, this year I'm healthy.
Well, there it is.
You know what's funny? She's never lost to Sha'Carri. Not once. Well, you got to discount. You got to discount the weed race. Sha'Carri beat her in the weed race, but technically, she never lost to her.
Sha'Carri has a lot of respect for her though too. That was like someone that Sha'Carri looked up to when she went into college. That's big sis to her.
I understand people running in indoors and just not being ready. But what do you think about people running and really embarrassing themselves?
What you mean? Like getting dead?
Well,
left?
Sydney, I don't know why she would have ran the 60. I don't see
why she ran.
Why?
Her shoe sponsor. You think she just said, "I'm gonna get out there"?
But I'm saying, do something that you're gonna compete in, though. Like she didn't even make the final for TV.
It's a 60 meters, bro.
I know, but I'm saying you are the New Balance athlete, and you go out there and you get blown out, yo. I don't understand the point of that. And Jenna Brandini, another Bobby athlete, she looked like She looked like October.
Brandini's been looking really good for the last couple of years, so I'm not worried about Brandini. She got a good rhythm. She with Bobby now, right?
Bobby.
Bobby gonna get them girls right, dog.
I'm saying, yeah, but I just don't understand the purpose of putting them out there like that, dog. Okay, training, but
let's just say hypothetically, in Sydney's contract, she's obligated to run a certain amount of races, right? And she got to run New Balance races. This is a New Balance indoor, so they probably have to run. She said she got to pick a 300, or she got to pick probably a 60 or whatever, 60-meter hurdles or whatever she wants to do. So she's probably like, I don't even want to run really. So I'm just going to run the 60 meters and get it done. Get it out of here.
You don't think she should have just jumped in the 300?
If I was her, I'd be tired of running around the track, bro. Give me the shortest thing I can do. Let me get out of here. Let me get my check. I'm good.
Ato said, Bobby don't care if Anson approves. Look, Ato, this is a perspective, okay? I'm giving her perspective, and I'm free to give my perspective. I don't feel like she should have gone out there to do that. She's Sydney McLaughlin. Like, come on. Come on. I know New Balance would not be happy about that. New Balance isn't going to be like, well, I mean, we're cool with her getting dusted at our meet where she's the headliner.
That's not my event. That's what she's going to say. That's what her reps are going to say.
But they don't want to hear that. Ato, preview of what? What's this preview of? Dustedness? I don't know what this is a preview of. Femke Bol looked good. And she looked like she got some new shoes.
Does she look good enough to win, though? That's the thing.
I've always looked at her like she was kind of gangly, like she needs to grow into her body. Like she's kind of uncoordinated, fast and talented, but just needs to grow into her frame. And she looks a lot more put together now, like steady. She looks a lot more coordinated. She looks a bit more grown. I think that could be a factor.
A factor of what?
Well, I'm not gonna go as far as saying.
You think that she's gonna close that distance?
I'll say the distance is going to be closed more than it was before. If Sydney runs exactly like she did last season, she'll be fine or faster. But if she's slipping, she's not going to get away with slipping with Femke.
I mean, I agree with that. She can't slip when she runs against Fem. But
no,
when she's on, she's on. She's beating the clock, bro. She's destroying time.
You know what I was thinking about? Did you see LeBron just broke the record, right? Can you imagine him breaking the scoring record and just walking to the bench and sitting down? Sydney's reaction when she breaks the scoring record was the same reaction she had after getting blown out in the 60 the other day, dog. It was exactly the same. I didn't see any difference.
I'm going to bring this back up. I'm going to make a mental note. I'm going to bring this back up. By the time we get to outdoor, I'm like, Ants, you remember when Sydney got blown out in that 60?
Look it.
Now look what she's running.
I'm a Sydney fan. I just want to see her be the best Sydney. She's a figure, dog.
And she's beating some women who run the flat 400.
Over hurdles.
Over hurdles. That's something I would like to see. I would like to see some hurdles set up in the lane and she running against a whole bunch of 400-meter women.
That would be... Yo, they should do that. Grant Holloway is looking nice.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Cunningham looks bad.
Grant over 6 in the world, man. Who gonna beat Grant over 6, bro? In the world?
No one. Well,
exactly.
Wait. Omar can put up a fight.
For the first 6?
Yeah.
Listen, man. Grant be on some amazing stuff, man. I don't know how he separates so fast in a hurdle race. I ran hurdles. To separate like that, he already has a half a hurdle on everybody going into the 3rd hurdle. That's ridiculous.
And I even asked him about whether he feels like he got his moment taken away from him because he didn't have to race to the main threats. He didn't give a shit. But you know what Grant's doing when he has performances like this? He just continues to win. He's just letting all y'all know, I don't really care what y'all are saying. I'm the best. I'm the best. Even when he was talking about it, he's like, look, my lane was smooth. I did what I had to do. I don't care what this dude pulled over here. This dude falls forward over here. I'm world champion. I'm still winning. I'm the best, yo. I don't know. I need to. There he is. Big. Sorry,
Why is my thing doing
I don't know if you realized, but
this
you're
is crazy.
Sideways. Now you're upside down.
Look at this, man.
I don't know what.
Mr. NBC. Can't even get his camera the right
Got his
direction.
technical difficulties going on.
Yeah, you need a camera crew apparently.
Somebody said Ato coming at us sideways. That's hilarious.
There we go, Ato. Here, you can get some more gunshots.
Trying to do that on my iPad. What's up, Jay Gat?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm doing good, man.
Sprint Culture Volume 2. I was looking it over today. We were really going in on these football players.
Okay, going in now.
Well, we're basically saying they shut the fuck up. but you work with a lot of football players, no?
Yeah, I have almost 70 clients in the NFL. But yes, football players do think that they're faster than sprinters. They say stuff like, man, Tyreek here ran like 20.1 in high school. If he'd have kept training, he'd have ran 19.1. I go, how do you draw that line logically? It doesn't work that way.
You can't, because he went to World Juniors and got worked.
Exactly.
And all the guys that beat him at World Juniors, none of them became Olympic gold medalists. So what's the logic here?
I call it NFL logic. Somebody said Devon Allen can beat Tyreek. It depends on the distance.
Of course.
Depends on the distance.
Honestly,
you're betting your house Devon over Tyreek for a 40-yard dash?
I'm
saying betting your house.
I'll bet my garage. I'll bet my garage.
Justin, you too?
No.
Y'all are some sellouts, yo.
40 for
no, it's called
40.
being realistic.
In a 40.
Let's not act like Tyreek is not fast.
I think you're just saying this because you're training 70 NFL players.
That has nothing to do. I don't train Tyreek.
You've changed, man.
I've changed. No,
changed.
I'm the same. Y'all changed. Devon ran 4.56 for his pro day in the 40. You're trying to tell me you think Tyreek
4.56?
4.56.
Yeah,
You want to reconsider now, there, Mr. Henry?
I feel like he knew he was going to make it, so he was chilling, or he knew he wanted to run track. So he's like, whatever, I'm not tripping, yo. Let me run slow on purpose. I need to see him do a 40 again. I don't see the 4.56. I'm not saying that you're not credible. I mean, you're Ato Boldon, but I'm just saying I haven't seen it.
Are you saying that Tyreek Hill cannot run faster than 4.56?
I'm saying I can't see him beating Devon.
Wow, somebody says Devon reaction time would be better. That is so wrong.
Yo, Ato, give us your thoughts of the Noah Trayvon beef.
It's not beef yet.
It's ground beef?
No. It's like the fire just got turned on. And if you guys pay attention, what Noah is doing is he doesn't have anything to lose. If his 100 is a disaster this year, guess what? He goes, okay. He goes back to that 200. He chases 1919, and the cameras still follow him. So what Noah is doing is very calculated, and he can't lose.
But you don't think the fact that he came in and saying stuff like, this is my house, negates him from being able to walk away and be like, I wasn't concerned about it anyways.
From 5 feet up, Noah beat Trayvon in a race in February. What does it look like from 50,000 feet up? Noah has improved his personal best in the 60 by almost 0.2 of a second in 2 years. You know how much he's improving the deuce? By 0.2 of a second. He went from 19.5 to 19.3. He is going to end the season, the indoor season, looking at his time and going, remember that thing that I used to not be able to do ever? His PR was 670 frickin' something 2 years ago. He's going to look at that time and go, them days are over. I'm not scared to step in that 100 and feel like everybody's going to get out ahead of me, and I'm not going to be able to run them down. I can get out with anybody now, and if I'm close, I have a chance.
He don't got to put that pressure on him where he has to beat the field from the blocks. All I need to do is be in shoulder length of view. He knows that his top end is more superior than most 100-meter runners out there already. So he got it.
Is Aleia running too fast? That's the same face I make.
What is too fast?
That's the same face I make every time, because I'm getting way too many arguments right now about Aleia.
Now, hold on.
Breaking the speed limit.
I think we have to be careful with how we assess Aleia. Aleia has to show me 2 things. 1, she has to show me that when somebody pulls up next to her or gets out ahead of her, that she runs the same race. And that's what she's never done before, right? It's why she's only made 1 team. But as she said, she's healthy for the first time, and that to me is a big deal. The second thing that Aleia has to show me is that she can sustain this kind of fitness through the season. Remember, Ajay Wilson, for example, was world indoor champion and then dead last at at World Outdoors. So there, as everybody in this chat knows, there is a question of hanging on to your fitness and your sharpness for the whole season. So is she running too fast? No, I think she's healthy, but I don't think that it means that, you know, she's a shoo-in necessarily for the 100-meter world title, because I think we know that to win the 100-meter world title, you're probably going to have to run 10.6, and she hasn't shown that yet. But it may be that she's on the kind of pace this year where she will run 10.6 or 10.7, and she will be on the podium. I don't want to discount that either. But Aleaia's looking, she's looking like the real deal.
I seen you had a lot to say in the chat when I was talking about Bobby Kersey and the way his athletes are looking right now.
I had a convo with Bobby this weekend.
Really?
That went, yes. So you're of the opinion that Sydney is the face of the sport, or she's the star, and a star of the sport should never be getting 7th or 8th in a heat in the 60, correct?
Well, okay, let me correct that a little bit. From a shoe company standpoint, that's never going to be a good thing, ever, for your main athlete
True.
to be getting demolished like that.
True. But I think it's a case of Bobby Kersey knows Sydney is not going to be remembered in 2023 for getting last place in her heat or whatever it is she got in February. In the same way that nobody remembers when she was running those 60-meter hurdles in 2021 and getting her ass kicked, because at the end of the season, she was undefeated at 400-meter hurdles and set the world record. So I think it's a question of, as a coach, you got to look and say, okay, what matters? Her company, her shoe company, who's paying her a shitload of money, has mandated that she runs at this meet. Okay, we'll run. But she's not running the 300 because she's loaded up right now. She's running crazy stuff in practice. We'll put her in the 60. We'll satisfy that requirement, and then we'll see you outdoors. So when you see Sydney having some race in February that she has to run for her sponsor, and it's a 60, and you're like, oh, my God, she lost the 60. She goes, who gives a shit? I'm training through this. I'm going to run this damn 400 hurdles in Hungary. I'm going to put this record where nobody, not anybody who has ever run this event, is not going to be able to run 50.4, 50.3 no time soon. And then I'm going to the 4.
I totally agree with everything you're saying. All I'm saying is, and I don't know how you guys are okay with this, I'm not okay with someone like her getting pummeled like that. I don't see the benefit of her getting destroyed like that. For the figure she is, for her to get annihilated, I don't see how you guys can be like, well, it's okay because she's going to run this down the line. Why is she getting the shit beat out of her right now? It's not a good look. That's all I'm saying.
A good look is relative.
Relative to what? A beating is a beating.
A good look is relative, Anson. Shericka Jackson was in the World Championship 60-meter final indoors last year. She has the 200-meter second fastest time ever and the gold medal, and she was second in the 100. She also did not make the final. Is it a bad look for the 200-meter world champion to get her ass kicked in the 60?
She's not a Sydney. Sydney is the face of the sport.
So you just moved the goalpost.
No, I'm saying Sydney is the face of New Balance and the face of the sport. She's the athlete of the year. For her to get annihilated is different.
You got to think of it as preseason. That's what it was for her. That was preseason, like football. That's what it was. She's working on things.
I'm not denying that.
And how much stock do we put into NFL preseason records?
Okay. None.
It doesn't matter.
0.
It doesn't matter. But if you saw LeBron James get 50 scored on him in the preseason, you'd still be like, damn.
Just move the goalpost against the basketball. Now we're on a team sport.
No. Hear me out. I'm talking about the faces of the sport. If the face of the sport gets destroyed, it doesn't matter when it is. It's not a good look. You guys can't tell me it's a good look. That's what you guys are arguing right now, that it's an okay look.
I am saying that you look at that and you go, oh my gosh, she's the face of the sport, athlete of the year, New Balance, and she didn't even make the final. I look at that and I go, Bobby Kersey winked at me and said, we bringing that 400-meter record back to America. So I'm not questioning his process. Maybe after a season of not losing at all, he wants her to know what it feels like to lose so that she listens to him more.
That would be good logic. I just don't think it's a good look.
Well,
even if he winked at you and said, it's all right for her to get stomped out right now, I'm not cool with her getting stomped out. It's not a good look.
And what place does she have gotten in the race then? Did you feel, since she's a face of the sport, you feel like she should have won the event?
No, I'm saying at least do something where you can look respectable. If you're not going to look respectable, why would you do it?
What was Sydney's personal best at 60 meters coming into the race?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think she had one.
Okay, what if I told you that she either ran a PR or really close to her PR? Does it take a little? Does it somehow change the race?
No
now?
one's caring about PRs at 50,000 feet and all that stuff. They're looking at it like, oh, that's a girl on the Flyers? Well, damn, why is she on the Flyers? That's how they're looking at it. Because damn,
Justin, you go ahead. I'm gonna hold my head.
I'm just saying it doesn't look good, yo. I'm just saying it doesn't look good. If you guys can say it looks good, we just got to disagree. I'm not worried about her in the later part of the season. What I'm saying is it looks bad to the majority of people who don't necessarily know the whole training aspect of it and times and what her PR was and all that
Nobody
stuff. All
cares,
they're seeing is
Anson.
this feed.
Nobody that turned off that meet on Saturday and said, "Oh man, I thought Sydney was good, but she lost at 60."
Anybody who turned off that meet and anyone I've spoken to was like, "Damn, Sydney got destroyed. I didn't know she was gonna get whooped on like that."
You need new friends because they don't understand sprinting.
Listen to me. For the casual fan, they're gonna look at it like, okay, what she? It's interesting. So she's kind of far back.
I can be a casual fan. I can look at that.
You can. You obviously can.
I can say she's training.
You're over there talking about PRs.
She's training.
I don't. You're over there talking about PRs and progression and talking to Bobby and you're talking about all kinds of stuff at the ground
as
level.
it relates to the floor.
No. You're talking to Bob Kersey. You were in the sport. You understand progression. You understand periodization. You understand all that stuff. I'm telling you that people I've spoken to would look at that and be like, damn, like I saw her win the World Championship last year, world record, but damn, she got smoked, yo. Because she did. It's just what it is. I don't think it's a good look. It doesn't look good. You can say it does, but you're looking at it through a track and field eye. Abby Steiner, right?
Yes. I say based on how Abby Steiner has looked early this year, and you see how she's continuing to run these 4s and these 3s, and she's not scared of over distance, I think it's going to be a lot closer than you think between Gabby and Abby Steiner.
I'm going with Gabby, yo.
Okay.
Personal best, as well as
history.
You know, when you come off an injury season, you come back with a new motivation, yo. I think it's
Somebody asked in the chat, and it's a very good question. Who gets that third spot?
Oh, what's Gabby's training partner's name again?
Tamara
Clark.
Yes, and you haven't mentioned Prandini yet.
Well, I mean,
Jenna Prandini has literally made every single team there is to make since 2016. I'm not betting against Prandini in that building. Because if you had bet against Prandini for the last, 5 seasons at Hayward, you'd be wrong.
She looked a little flat the other day.
And remember, but who is she with?
Who's she training with? Bobby.
Everybody's loaded up. The same. I heard the report out of the MVP in Jamaica, and they said Shericka Jackson is going to be threatening that 21:34 world record this year, and she is already looking like she is going to run 10:6.
I have a question, Noah. What's Shericka's 21.3 going to look like against Mboma's 20.9?
You really want to go there? You really want to go there? If the Shericka that ran in Eugene last year, that 21.4, shows up this year with a faster 60 PR and with a faster 100, I don't care who you bring. It's a wrap. That 200 wasn't close last year.
No.
That 200 had a gap. If you're saying who gets in the gap, maybe if Elaine comes back, but we know you can't count on Elaine in World Championship years. Elaine gets ready for Olympic years. Elaine does not show up in World Championship years. That's just the way it's been.
This is why track and field is funny. Just after the Olympics, Elaine was the queen, bound to get the world record and unbeatable and the GOAT. And
welcome to track and field. What have you done for me lately?
By the end of last season, people were like, yo, why did she even go to World Championships?
She should retire. What has she done?
Done, yo. Track is done for her, yo.
Welcome to track,
running for
and field. It's it's the kind of thing where you can set the greatest record in decades, and then some guy from Canada is like questioning why you're running the 60 like 6 months later. Like, shit's crazy, right?
This whole Marcell Jacobs thing has just been a money grab. I'm sorry. Anybody's a fan, I respect the dude, but I feel like from a perspective of him being the sprinter saying, I want more money from the success that I've already obtained, I'm not going to lose my races because it's going to drop my stock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stall out so I can get a bigger contract with either company I'm with or the next company that's going to come along.
I can share with you guys that I think that, like a lot of other athletes, when you win the ultimate prize, sometimes you can think that maybe you are worth more to a company than you are. So you walk into that negotiation table with a demand and they go, we don't think you're worth that to us.
A critical question. Did Marcell win a real Olympics?
There you go. You trying to do the Lakers bubble? The Lakers bubble?
I knew you were going to say the damn Laker. I knew you were going to say
No, but everyone knows the Laker bubble championships has an asterisk. And look it, we got to ask questions to get answers. I don't have all the answers, but I got all the questions.
You're asking that question. Listen, whether the stands are full or whether the stands are empty, who would you say was missing from that race that invalidates that Olympic title?
Who was missing from that race that invalidates the title? The crowd.
Yes. Who gives a shit? Whether two people watch the Olympic final or 2 billion,
no,
what difference does it make?
You're an Olympic. You have multiple Olympic medals, Ato, and Justin, you have a gold medal. If we're talking about pressure, if we're talking about rising to the occasion, if we're talking about coming through when it counts, under the lights, is this not a factor? Does it not make the Olympics the Olympics?
I will see your argument and raise you this. I would say, as somebody who was,
I'm not arguing. I'm asking a question. Ato,
okay,
relax.
I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question.
No, it's just a question. It's just a question.
Having been in that building to watch that 100-meter final, I think it was harder to win that 100-meter gold with nobody in the stands.
Really?
I agree.
Harder, yes, because it was the most eerie feeling ever. It's like, how is this the Olympic final about to go and there's nobody in the stands? We know people are watching, but it was unnerving.
You know, Aaron Brown just made an interesting point. He said, you're not saying that about Andre's 200-meter win, though. Okay, but
exactly.
let me say something.
Go ahead.
Andre is proven to be a medalist on every occasion. He's had multiple medals. The only medal that Marcell has is the empty stadium Olympic gold. It's a fair assessment to say, look, Marcell hasn't really won under the real lights yet.
I would never say
you just
that.
want to disagree.
You can say,
how can you say that it's the real lights?
I truly do not, because I just told you that it was harder to win in that stadium with nobody there, and now you're saying he hasn't won under the lights. Well, the lights were on.
Oh, it's getting serious, folks. It's getting serious.
Here we go.
The lights were on.
It's getting serious, folks. I'm asking you a question.
Ato,
are you a journalist? Are you a journalist, Ato? You ask questions to get answers, right? Now, if you were to ask questions and the person was going to respond with the hostility that you're responding with, how would you feel? You'd be like, look, I'm a professional. I just asked a question.
So you're telling me because there was no crowd that gave him no crowd?
Justin, don't do it.
That means
he's just asking questions. He's not saying. He's just asking a question.
I think it was harder to run with no crowd because you can't really get yourself pumped up. You don't get the energy of the crowd there. So you can't give an asterisk next to a name because there wasn't a crowd there. It was still a bona fide race. No matter where it was, he still raced against the fastest in the world at that point in time, and he came across the line and he won the race. If the crowd was there in the stadium, he probably would have the energy. He still probably would have won. He probably would have ran 9.
I would say if the crowd was there,
happening.
I say he not only runs faster, but he beats them by more. How about that?
Based off of what?
How about that?
Based off of what?
Well, you're taking arbitrary shit.
No, I'm not. I'm saying no. Wait. What I'm doing is not arbitrary. It's strictly off of what has happened. We have not seen him do it. That's a fact. What you're doing is arbitrary. You're saying, well, I feel like he would have won by more. That's arbitrary.
You know what the Olympic champion does not have to do? Ask Justin. You don't have to prove a damn thing to anybody else. You know why? He's the Olympic champion.
Justin did it in front of some fans.
He's the Olympic champion. You ever heard of a guy called Hazley Crawford? He won the one that counted. The 76 Olympics.
Was there a crowd there?
Never runs.
Was there a crowd there?
All right, I'm done. All right, I'll start. All right.
I can't deny that the crowd is a factor.
Everybody ran in an empty stadium.
I'm not denying
Sydney
that.
McLaughlin.
Are you a Lakers fan?
But
are you a Lakers fan?
Of course,
obviously. Look, all I'm saying.
So
is,
that title doesn't count too because they were in a bubble.
All I'm saying is,
did they beat all the teams they were supposed to?
How am I talking about that paper championship? Well, what I'm saying is, as far as the Olympics, is the crowd not a factor? Justin, hold on a second. Look at the Olympics you won. And think of the environment there.
Oh, what you going?
Oh no, okay. So I can't talk to you guys. I can't talk to you guys. You're not going to look at it.
No,
you're not going to look at it logically. You're not going to look at it logically. Justin's environment when he won the Olympics. Look at the environment was out of this world.
Absolutely,
it's a part of the game. It's a part of the sport, especially in track and field. What is the Olympics without the crowd?
It wasn't their fault that the stands were empty, though.
I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of what the Olympics usually is. It wasn't the same environment that's been used and a part of all the historical moments that we talk about all the time. It was different. It was different. That's all I'm saying.
It was different for everybody.
I understand that, but I'm just saying it wasn't a typical Olympics, dog. I need to see him do it under the real lights.
Hey, Justin, did you have Anson validate your 04 Olympic gold? Because, until Anson Henry validates it and
says, I'm just giving a perspective. I'm just giving a perspective.
That you're worthy of the Olympic gold.
I'm just giving a perspective. You know what? I'm not right and I'm not wrong. You guys aren't right and you guys aren't wrong. We're each giving our perspectives.
I haven't heard you guys talk about Michael Norman's foray into the 100.
Hey, I'm letting y'all know.
It's coming.
That's a bad man right there. I'm letting y'all know right now.
It's coming.
So what?
It's coming.
He can make the team?
That's all I'm saying is that's a bad. He gonna beat a lot of your favorites.
Ato, can I ask a question?
His personal best is 9.86.
Okay, so let me ask the question.
He can't make the team?
Can he make the team is what I'm asking.
I am saying he could make it in the same breath that I'm saying Makai Williams could make the team.
Okay, it's a could make it. Not he will make it.
I'm saying
it's a could.
Every U.S. nationals, there's maybe 6 guys that can make the team for the 3 spots.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not saying it as he beats Bramell, he beats Fred, he beats Marvin Bracey, he beats Noah. I'm just saying, of course he could make the team.
Will he pan out to be a better 200-meter runner or a better 100-meter runner?
I know Michael Norman's capability as an athlete. We've seen him at 4. He's the world champion. We've seen him at 2. He's the only person to beat Noah Lyles in the Diamond League. And I'm saying, let me see his 100.
He's talented.
No question.
This was good. Very, very intense evaluations.
Justin, you were very good.
If you're a hater.
But you know what?
I don't know.
Anson, maybe if you can do it with the lights on, maybe if you could do this with the lights on or when everybody.
No, Ato, let's see you do a broadcast.
We'll give you credit for having a good
broadcast when no one's watching.
I don't know. I feel like you were kind of off.
Let's see you do a broadcast when no one's watching. You know what? I feel like you'd be more comfortable if this number up here says 0. It would be the same thing.
Everybody who knows me knows I broadcast the same for 2 people and for 2 billion.
Okay. But you've proven that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so I need proof.
17 years of it.
I need proof from Marcell.